Jazmeen, and you are buzzing with Buzz.
I met you at the Flame the Mic showcase. So what are your thoughts on the showcase?
I had so much fun. It wasn't just the competition, like I said, that even if there was no prize at all, I still would have did it just for the opportunity to network with people. It was so many talented people in the room, so like every now and then you have days where you just like, I don't know if I wanna, you still wanna do it, but sometimes you have your doubts, but that really solidified any doubts that I had. Like, it was so inspiring, so I had a blast. I was nervous as hell before they put the microphone in my hand, but then when I got on stage, it went away, so.
You performed Hold 'Em Up, Cut 'Em Off. What was the inspiration for it?
So, the hook, I actually wrote a couple years, like the song I actually wrote a couple years ago, and I was actually driving when I wrote that song. I had came across this beat, like it was like this Caribbean beat, and I was like, I like this. So the half of the hook, I kind of freestyled it. The verses was really just me talking about myself, and it was a guy that I was fucking with at the time.
You can go.
It was a dude that I was talking to at the time, and I felt like he wasn't doing anything right. And so that's what kind of inspired the song, which is basically me talking my shit. That's what I do, is I talk shit. So.
What made you want to become an artist?
I didn't know that I wanted to be a rapper when I was a little girl. I wanted to be everything. I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to be a director. I wanted to be everything. And I remember watching, you know, the show 2 of a Kind with Mary Kate and Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
They had an episode where they had to figure out what they wanted to be when they grew up. And I remember panicking. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I was panicking, like, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And I remember just like asking my mom, is that a job what Mary Kate and Ashley is doing? Because I started out wanting to be an actress. And I used to always like write stories, and I made my cousins act them out. And so eventually, like, just writing stories evolved into writing poems. And so I remember, like, when I got to ASU and just being around so many creatives and the writing poetry, like, they used to have like these little forums where you would go into like a dorm hall or something, and people were like, you know, like spoken word and stuff like that. And being surrounded by those kind of people, you're also surrounded by artists. And one day, I just took one of my poems and I put it to like an instrumental I found on YouTube, and it fit perfectly, as if I wrote it together. And so I was like, oh shit! So that's where it just evolved. I'm a poet turned artist. That was a long answer, wasn't it?
No, you good. You
Okay.
good. Any artist you would love to collab with?
I don't want to be cliche and say Beyonce, but Beyonce, that I love her. Let me think of who else. Dang, why can't I think of anybody? Can I just list my favorite artists?
You can list your Okay, so the next question would be, who is your top 5?
My top favorite. Now, I don't have top 5 rapping artists. Like, I really don't listen to rap music day-to-day basis. I listen to like a lot of R&B. So I definitely say Jasmine Sullivan, Summer Walker. For rappers, I do love Lady London. I love her. Like,
I like Lady London too.
yes, like it's the way, like I like lyricists, because when I listen to music, that's what I'm looking for. So I started out as a poet, so the words mean so much. Writing is like, if you can inspire people with your words, so I like to listen to people who actually got something to talk about. That was 3. Who else? Who else? Dang, I didn't think of nobody. I love Erykah Badu. Yes, I've been listening to her a lot like the past week. And you know who I really love? It's a girl group called Flow, F-L-O. Look them up. Their harmonies are tight. I love them, so I would say them. I've been listening to them a lot lately. They got an EP called The Lead. Girl, every song. Every song.
I'm gonna have to check them out. You said FLO?
Yes, F-L-O.
Okay.
It stands for Flow Like This. I think that's what the acronym is.
Okay. What makes you feel passionate about music?
Because music is literally therapy for me. I would say, like, over half of the songs that I've written stemmed from me being so mad. I wanted to break something. And so it was like, at first you gotta calm down first, because like I'll be talking to my girls and they're like, you need therapy, or you need to pray. And I'm just like, praying the other way ain't gonna work. You know, so that when I calm down and I think about what I'm going through, and then I just start writing, and then eventually I forget what I was mad about. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what, I'm glad I went through this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got a bomb-ass song up out of it. So it's really, when I say real therapy, I probably do need a therapist, but I'm my own therapist right now.
Which qualities do you think make a good artist?
Pain. Like, you have to go through something. You gotta find a way through, because you have to show other people that there's some good that can come out of what you're going through. Other good qualities. Of course, you gotta be original. You have to be authentic. You gotta be yourself. You can't be trying to be like, oh, I like this person, so I'm gonna try to be like them. You have to be yourself, because that's when the real stuff comes out. When I say real, like, you can't sugarcoat it. That's one thing about me when I write, is I don't care how vulgar it is. I don't really care who it offends. This is how I feel. You can't sugarcoat what you're going through, otherwise it's not gonna be real. And then you just gotta have drive too, because it's gonna be some days where you're not gonna wanna do it, and you're gonna be thinking of a plan B, like maybe I should get a 9 to 5, maybe I should do something else. So it's like, you have to be self-driven as well.
Speaking of writing, what is your creative process like when you're trying to get into that mode to write?
Most of the time, it's just, I don't sit down and think about writing. It's just something that happens. Like, sometimes I'll like force myself to say, like, let me listen to some beats. And if I listen to the wrong beat, I feel like I have writer's block. So it could be like you going through like maybe 30 minutes just clicking through beats, and I know within like the first 10 seconds if I'm gonna like the beat or not. Then when I come across the right beat, suddenly a song pops in my head. I don't have writer's block anymore. So for me, like most people say, well, a lot of people say they gotta have the words first. And I would think that would be my process since I started out writing poetry, but now it's like, because you gotta ride the beat. You gotta ride the beat. I hate like, you know, like how Blueface rap, and it's just like, he don't know how to stay in the pocket when he, I hate that. So I need the rhythm first, because the beat gives you the mood. Like if I listen to a beat and I be like, okay, this sounds like a song you can shake some ass to. And another song's like, okay, this sounds like something you can pour your heart out to. So I start out with the beat first, and if it's the wrong beat, I ain't gonna have an idea.
How would you describe the music you typically create?
Gritty. I actually remember when I attended this Music for My Ears conference, right? So they had a section of the conference that was like a Shark Tank session. So artists who were there would submit their song to basically be dissected in front of the people at the conference. So when it was my turn, and I had my family there too, I was like, Grandma, you might want to leave the room when they play my song, because I got some cussing up in here. So I have a song called Big Bad Wolf. Very gritty, like, I feel like I'm very versatile when it comes to my sound. Like, I can go from niggas ain't shit to sometimes I can be a bit of a simp in my music. But when I say gritty, like, I'm gonna tell it like it is, and I'm probably gonna hurt some feelings to the point to where, like, I used to be like, oh, I don't want the person I wrote this song about to hear about it, but now it's like, fuck that shit. This song's about you, how you feel, so, yeah.
So you said that before you started performing at the Flame the Mic showcase, you was nervous. So how do you normally deal with performance anxiety?
You just gotta push through it. But like, I've been singing in a band since like 2015. So I kid you not, when I first started singing in a band, like I was fine when we would sing together, because I sing background and I sing lead on a good amount of songs. But when I sang, my voice used to tremble. I would be so scared. But now, I don't know, I feel so comfortable on stage, and the energy, I love being on stage. So sometimes it's just like, what's gonna push you through is you don't want to be embarrassed, right? You don't want to fuck up people laughing at you. So that's all the motivation I need. So Yeah, you just gotta face your fears. That stage fright is only gonna last like 2 minutes, and then you got it from there.
What is one piece of advice you would give to up and coming artists?
Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of sounds, like what your sound is gonna be. That's the most important thing. But also remember to always be yourself. Don't be trying to copy people. Stop doing so many samples, please. Please. I'm so tired of the samples. But yeah, just don't let anybody tell you you can't do it.
What's next for you?
Only God knows, but I know it's gonna be big.
By you being a poet and you have this particular writing style that drew me in when you started performing, it kind of gave me like the Lil' Kim when she first came out.
I did not think of that when you asked me before. I had a brain fart. I love Lil' Kim, yes.
So with that being said, do you just write for yourself? Are you open to writing for others? Do you write?
I thought about that because I was like, when I get too old to be an artist or to be a rapper, I'm gonna be a songwriter. But for the most part, like my first fan that I write for is myself. I write the kind of music that I want to hear, and I have, good discernment. So I'm not just saying that because it's me. I really do. Like, I can be objective. I can write something and be like, nah, that wasn't it. So whenever I write something, I'm writing to, if I was not the artist, would I still fuck with it? And if the answer is no, I'm probably gonna, come back to it another time when I have a fresher idea. But yeah.
Scrolling on your Instagram, I see that you're a fan of the inside the car.
So that was like my early days. I'm trying to elevate, but yes, ain't nothing wrong with freestyling in the cars. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I feel like that's where, sometimes if you just wanna, I got a song and maybe I don't have the resources. Like sometimes I'm always in my head about I gotta do this, and then have full production before I put it out. But so many people around me who are creators and even just friends tell me like, girl, people are gonna appreciate the come up. They're gonna appreciate the glow up from you starting rapping in your car to when you finally do have the production. So yes, ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'm trying not to do too much,
Hold up, cut 'em off. You recorded it with Diego. Do you still record with Diego now?
Hell yeah! I was just in the studio about a month ago. Hell yeah! Shout out to DGG Studios. I've been going to Diego since when his computer was so trash. I couldn't get through a whole verse without his computer freezing up. I was like, you need to get some more RAM. You need to get you need to get another computer. I used to work at Best Buy. I was like, come see me. I got you. Look at him now. I'm so proud of you.
So what is that work relationship like?
Work relationship like with Diego?
Mm-hmm.
Diego, like, I don't know, I think it's very fluent. Like, there are times when I'm doing something, or sometimes like I don't know all the terms for whatever it is that I hear in my head, and he already is on it. It be sometimes where like I play it back and I'm just like, can you do this, can you do that? And I don't have to over elaborate. Like, he gets it, so you can tell that he's about his business and he knows what he's talking about. As long as I'm able to communicate, and sometimes it's just like he does it for me. Like, it'll be a lot of times where he'll have ideas that I was just like, no. And it was one time, so it was maybe about 2 months ago when I did a song and my cousin is featured on it. Shout out to Cassidy Occasion, okay? So it was a guy in the studio. I don't want to mess with his name. Shoot, I might have to get my phone. He got colorful locks. Yay.
Is it Travis?
No, Yeezus.
Yeezy. Orange thoughts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it was like, so the way I did my song, I did something new. I got new music on the way now. I don't give too much about the song, but I had an idea for the song where I had like 2 hooks overlapping each other, right? And so one of the hooks was gonna be like a part of the beat. And I remember him being in the studio, and like he was like with Diego, he was just like, do this, do that, do this, do that, or whatever like that. Just things that I'm thinking the song is already done, and he just built upon what we already had. And he was just like, take that out. So it was like him and Diego were kind of working together. So the end of the song, I was like, I can't believe that that's my song. So yeah, so like if you were in the studio, as long as you got your business, you know, you ain't in nothing, just say hee ha ha. You know, you fuck with me, all right.
So when will we get a visual from you?
Before the summer, because my birthday is in the summer, you know, like I feel like my songs, like if I had to describe a season, it's definitely summer bangers, okay? Definitely that. So I'm gonna have, and then I've been doing collabs with other artists. I've been doing some collabs for the past few months. So all the stuff that I did then is gonna be dropping in the future, okay? Yeah, so be on the lookout very soon.
Let people know where to find you.
You can follow me on Instagram at jayperk, JAYYPERK. TikTok, Jazmeen the Dream, that's JAZMEENTHEDREAM. Twitter, also jayperk. And I ain't gonna be on my Facebook because Facebook is for family. But yeah. But yeah, that's where you can find me at.